You make a high-pitched noise, or you ask if someone wants to go for a walk, and you get that classic reaction. The ears perk up, the eyes widen, and the head cocks sharply to the side. It's easy to project our own human behaviors onto them. We assume the tilt indicates confusion, or we interpret it as a deliberate attempt to look endearing. A dog's head is a dense array of specialized sensory hardware. That sudden movement is a calculated biological adjustment designed to maximize data collection from the environment. Understanding what's actually happening requires looking past the exterior. This motion is a mechanical recalibration, turning their anatomy into a highly sensitive tool for translating human signals. Dogs have incredible hearing, but their physical anatomy can pose a challenge. Look at the heavy, drooping ear flaps, the pinnae, on these Cocker Spaniels. Those flaps act as physical barriers, often blocking sound waves from reaching the internal ear canal. By rotating their head, a dog repositions these flaps. The movement clears a pathway for sound and acts like a funnel, optimizing their ability to gather noise from a specific direction. This diagram illustrates how the movement assists with sound localization. By shifting the angle of their head, the dog's brain calculates the microsecond time delay between a sound wave hitting the left ear versus the right ear. That tiny fraction of a second allows them to pinpoint the exact distance and direction of high-frequency noises. This is a mechanical adjustment of their ears, using physical geometry to overcome their own anatomical limitations. This adjustment affects vision as well. Notice the long, prominent muzzle on this greyhound. A snout of this length creates a blind spot in the lower middle portion of the dog's visual field. You can simulate this yourself. Hold a fist against your nose and look straight ahead. Your hand blocks a significant portion of the space directly in front of you. As this POV graphic shows, tilting the head shifts that anatomical obstruction out of the way. Rotating the snout provides a clear line of sight to a human's mouth and lower face. Compare that to a bulldog. Flat-faced breeds have a shorter muzzle that doesn't block their vision in the same way. Consequently, they do not need to tilt their heads as frequently to see what their owners are doing. Dogs must physically maneuver their bodies to read human facial expressions. The tilt is a mechanical requirement for observing the social cues we use to communicate. There is also a complex mental process occurring below the surface. A 2021 study on gifted word learner dogs, those capable of retrieving specific toys by name, revealed a significant behavioral pattern. Look at the data in this chart. When researchers spoke a familiar toy's name, the gifted dogs tilted their heads 43% of the time. Typical dogs tilted heads only 2% of the time. Researchers suggest the tilt routes auditory signals to specific hemispheres of the brain. When these dogs hear a familiar word, they cock their head to focus, cross-referencing the sound with a stored visual memory. Social conditioning plays a role as well. The muscles controlling a dog's middle ear are wired to the same part of the brain that controls facial expressions, making the tilt a physical marker of active engagement. We also encourage the behavior. We smile, use a higher-pitched voice, and offer rewards. Through positive reinforcement, we teach them to repeat the movement over time. The posture seen here in this German Shepherd represents a moment of intense concentration. It is a learned strategy to stay focused on a specific signal and maintain the connection with their human. There is a critical exception. When a head tilt occurs without a sound to trigger it and refuses to resolve, it indicates a breakdown in the animal's internal systems. One common cause is an ear infection. Bacteria or yeast in the outer or middle ear can cause significant pain and itching, leading the dog to hold its head at an angle to find relief. A more serious cause is vestibular disease. The vestibular system is the inner ear balance center. When this system is disrupted, the dog loses its ability to maintain spatial orientation. This often strikes older dogs suddenly, causing them to lose their balance, and they experience severe nausea. It is frequently accompanied by nystagmus, the rapid, involuntary eye movements shown in this animation. Distinguishing between a communicative tilt and a medical one is a vital pet safety skill. A permanent tilt indicates a failure in their sensory hardware. If you notice a lingering tilt, check for excessive scratching, a bad odor, or dark discharge in the ear canal. These are immediate indicators of a potential infection. If the symptoms suggest vestibular disease, the loss of coordination can appear as serious as a stroke. However, with proper supportive care, Most dogs recover their balance within 2 to 3 weeks. Consult a veterinarian immediately to get an accurate diagnosis and prevent the condition from progressing. The canine head tilt is a sophisticated mechanism for navigating a human-dominated world. It serves as an active tool for communication, or a visible warning that their sensory systems require attention.